Hi, everybody. My name is Sue Dunbar, and what brought me to Wolf Creek Lodge specifically was I've been living alone for several years, more than 10 years, and I realized that I was becoming a hermit, um, collecting things, you might say, a little overcrowded way, and I decided that becoming a hermit was not good for me socially or physically, and that I needed to associate with a group of people where I could have my own privacy if I wanted it, but I could have, as they say, the world at my doorstep. And that is what this is. You know, I have privacy. I'll have privacy in my own unit, and the world at my doorstep. And so I've joined a group of people who are so congenial and so understanding and clever. And yes, we all have full personalities, so there are other factors that come in every once in a while. But it's wonderful to be in a group where you get input into the decisions. I have been a member for more than 5 years now, so I got to help design some of the stuff that we're talking about now. So I'm very happy to be here, and I think this is the best thing that could have happened to me.
Virginia Thresh, and the thing that brought my husband and me to Wolf Creek Lodge was the desire to live where we could walk to many facilities. We live on 15 acres, 7 miles from town, and we wanted to be closer to town and to be in a community where we were close to our neighbors, but we had privacy in our own homes. But on the other side of our door, we have community right there on our doorstep.
My name is Jerry Diller, and I live in Berkeley, California, and I'm a newer member of Wolf Creek Lodge. And why did I come here and decide to join? In a word, community. As I grow older, and I live alone, the idea of finding like-minded people to spend the rest of the number of years that I have left is very attractive to me. And I visited several times, and I really find that the Wolf Creek Lodge has a really special group of people who share values of how they want to live together in community later in life. And I think I feel just very lucky to have found this group of people, and look forward to what's going to happen and finish building and moving in.
So I was going to retire on my, building my little rock cottage, and bought the property, and she's starting to go to co-housing meetings, and she asked me to come along, and I thought, well, this really isn't for me, So we immediately had a problem because, she didn't like it out there in the middle of the woods, and I really liked it. And so, but then, I think the turning point for me happened when I've always had, liked to be alone. There'd be spectacular things that would happen out on our property, and when you don't have anybody to share it with, it's like, oh God, I wish somebody was here. I could tell this or show it to, like the mountain lion carrying off the peacock. There was nobody there that I was so excited to learn. And so my conflict, but that wasn't the only time I had a hard time. I had a hard time in the middle of it. I keep going back to, I'm a solitary guy, and I really like it. But then it was always, I couldn't figure out the balance of this thing. How can I fit in a group of all these people and then have solitude? And so I had to get creative and visualize my solitude, and down by the creek I can set up picnic tables. I can get away from it, and so but the people got me, the people really accepted me, and I'm a different kind of a guy. I'm not like most of the co-housers, and I was still accepted, and that was really touching. I used to tell Katie I was probably the what do they call the person in high school that's kind of the mascot. So I've had a lot to work through, but